Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming and welcome back to Transport Fever Sandbox Edition, and in this episode we will finally get to the rest of the goods chains, specifically steel, by ensuring that we have, of course, our connections with iron and coal, which the last time we did iron and coal, I don't think we got all the steel mills connected. We also didn't get the steel mills connected to goods factories and machine factories, and so yeah, about that. One thing I'd like to mention is that over here in Columbus, oh, it looks like it has line usage now. Okay, that is interesting. It is seeing potential for 14 logs, and we only have one log there. The reason for that, yeah, we'll turn icons on. Riverside logs. These are going to Cape Coral Lumber. And we can see here that this has 142 logs stored, which is actually a lot less. Oh no, it's this beast here. 1,367 logs, so pretty much whichever line is supplying the logs, Palm Bay Forestry, yeah, this is the one that's, yeah, has kind of collapsed on me. We only have 16. Yeah, it's not really supplying. So yeah, we are going to need to really ramp up the quantity of logs here that are being consumed and turned into planks, which means, of course, we need to ship this over to here, which means we need to get this up and running as quickly as possible because it has 306 planks in its internal storage. And this is sitting with 1,300 logs. So we could supply quite a bit of planks for goods, but yeah, our Palm Bay forest over here is simply not going to produce until we cut down that quantity. Had I, instead of letting my trucks or trains empty out before sending them off, if I had just sold them off without emptying them out, those logs and planks would have disappeared, which of course means that we could actually probably produce more. So yeah, don't do that. Just if you're going to scrap a line, just scrap the line. You don't want to have the excess production clogging and saturating the chain, because right now, yeah, our trains going from the Palm Bay Forest, they are going to be just losing us money until we get this ramped up. So we need planks and ideally steel. So with steel, my goal is, with the Miramar Steel Mill here, I want to supply steel to here as well as steel over to here. We are going to utilize this, yeah, Paterson steel. So we have a stop here. We can also pick up construction materials here. We can drop off steel there and steel there, and then run back empty, so not ideal. But when it comes to trains and steel and all this, they're not exactly ideal. So yeah, about that. So that should hopefully filter some steel up to the goods factory, because what this will also do, if we take a look at our road network, yeah, it might help too. We have the steel being transferred over to here. It'll get popped onto this line, brought over to here. And then from there... Oh, wait a minute. Was I planning to... Oh. Yeah, okay. That's a thing. Can anyone tell me what I was planning to do for that line? I'll find out in editing, because I'm pretty sure I did that on screen, possibly. I don't know. From over here, maybe to get construction materials into Paterson. That could be it, yeah. Which means that steel, if we dropped it off here, could filter over to there. possibility. One option is, of course, we could just not run a steel train and just run a truck from here over to here, dumping off the steel. Another run over to here to drop off steel, and then have steel flow in there. Yeah, about that. Alright, about that. So, I have options. Anyway, we will stick with what we have right now. Right now, this line here is... it's losing us money. We have 3 of these, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of that. We're going to switch it out with a Ford Model 77, because if we take a look at this truck station here, it only has a handful of goods. RT2, yeah, we'd be running full-size trucks just to carry 3 or 11 or 7. Might as well just run these, and we'll just run multiple ones, or yeah, about that. Let's just replace it out. We have to pay 196K. Wow. I downsized, and yeah, I had to pay more money. So about that. That was RT2. Yep. Okay. Yeah, okay, that yellow or that orange line is definitely construction materials. That's what I was doing there. Alright, about that. So, and now I have a train that can potentially pick up construction materials over here. Oh, that's right, I probably set that up so that I wouldn't have to lose production here, because I was probably supplying stone over there. So, yeah, about that. Alright, anyway, we want to line 2, bother, RF Paterson Steel Transfer. We don't have any vehicles on the line. We are going to want to buy a depot. And can we put it here without... We can. Buy road vehicles. We're just going to run 2 Ford models. Just one for now. It's a relatively short trip. Paterson Steel Transfer. What we can also do, we are going to buy a couple Ford Model 77s for the RF RT2 line. So we got that. We got... First of all, McKinney iron ore is stopping here. Oh, that's right. Well, we might as well set this one up. This is going to take iron ore from here. It used to send iron ore down to here, but we are actually going to supply the iron ore from here, I think. Miramar iron ore. Yep, about that. Because, of course, this steel, or not steel, this iron ore has to go all the way over to here. And I do not want the further one to cause issues with distance. I have converted this over to a 6 or an 8 platform station. I had to readjust some things, but we do actually have all platforms being used. Possibly. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to have... Oh, seriously? McKinney Columbus Steel. Let's send it to platform 6. Game, you're going to... Yeah. Utter pain. Alright, so about that. Let's just get to loading up some trains. So we are going to jump over to here, and we are going to throw a GE C48W. We are going to throw gondolas. We're only going to do 2 gondolas, and this is going to be on the McKinney iron ore. We are going to let's do 5, and McKinney iron ore. We are going to set up this one over here. And where is that coming in? That's coming in right there. Actually, that'll work perfectly for this one here. Same thing, although we do not need as many trains, but we'll clone it, say 3 times for the frequency. Miramar iron ore. Now, we just want to look at our train lines in general. I have set up most of our lines, so all we just have to do is fill in the gaps. McKinney Columbus steel. This will take steel produced over here and brought back down here all the way over to here. It'll then get transferred over to a truck line right into the steel factory, or not steel factory, machines factory, just because reasons. This Columbus to Paterson steel line will be getting an adjustment. We are no longer, and I can probably get rid of some trains on the line as well. We might as well do that right now, and oh look, some of our trains are waiting. Paterson to Columbus Steel has a 3-minute frequency. It's losing $4.67 million. This actually, we want to go back to, we'll do this after, but we just want to go back over to McKinney Freight. And do I have a depot nearby? I do, although McKinney Columbus Steel, that goes into there. What I could possibly do, run that into there. And is that going to get over onto the other side? No, it's not, so we might as well just bring it across here. And yeah, that should be fine. I'm not really much caring about what it looks like, although I kind of do. By trains, we want a GE C40. We want 2 gondolas. Actually, nope, not gondolas. We want stake cars. Let's go 3, and we are going to 3, 4. Let's go 6. Although, no, we're going to cut the capacity. I spend a little bit of time off screen just running it forward and just checking the various lines. I've added some vehicles. I've increased capacity. McKinney Columbus Steel. Now we want to take a look at the Paterson Columbus Steel. We are going to be removing a number of trains off the line, but first, actually, let's just let it run. We are going to sell you off. You had nothing on you. But basically what's going to happen is Gilbert Steel, actually this line is going to be completely disassembled, because we are actually go over to Gilbert Steel. Gilbert Steel will be supplying this machine factory and this machine factory, so we do not need the line at all. Do I have a vehicle on this line? No, I don't, so we are going to want to add a couple. By road vehicles, we are going to want to buy a bunch of them because it is operational and it is supplying that already. RF Chula Vista. So as soon as we discontinue these, which we will just do an unload all on every stop. One thing I'm going to have to do is figure out how I'm going to distribute the con mat coming from Norfolk, because this did supply Paterson and Norfolk, or not Norfolk, Columbus, and I was just supplying it locally. So yeah, about that. I might have to run a state car line, maybe from Tampa, Chula Vista, Columbus, Henderson, kind of thing. That could be a possibility. Anyway, we are going to, actually we're already running it on 3-speed. And yeah, we'll just let it empty out its contents. You are emptying out. You are at Columbus Freight right now. You should probably empty out everything. Yes, indeed. You're going to be sold off. You're on your way to Chula Vista Machines. And you are just over here. And you are waiting for a free path. That one's going in. So you are moving. Or no, someone's moving. You are moving. Okay, you are moving. You got 300 steel on you. So yeah, this is what I probably should have done to begin with, rather than doing this steel train line. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. I should have just done it by truck. Kids, do everything by truck. You'll save yourself such hassle. And it still has 42 on it. Alright. You are at the Conmat plant and you are hauling up planks. You're not taking anything on you. While we're at it, we might as well just check our other lines. Paterson Steel. Oh, we better get that one set up. Let's just throw these windows. And I'm going to connect this up to that. That is a double slip. By trains, GE C48W. We are going to go with stake cars. And we are going to run just 2. And what is the frequency of the line? Let's just add it to the line right now. Paterson Steel, that is 11-minute frequency. So we're going to want to do the same thing. Let's buy one of those. We are going to buy 2 of those, and we're going to clone it. And Paterson Steel. That brings it down to a 4-minute frequency. That is fine. We have Phoenix to Tampa Stone. I think I set that up off screen. We have Riverside to Santa Clarita Steel. Get rid of that. We're going to jump over to Riverside Freight. So what this will do is it will supply the steel that's sitting here over to, yep, we're going to call this Santa Clarita Machines, just so we have a clue about what it actually is. And so we are going to want to get that one set up as well. We are pretty much going to want to get everything set up that we can. Alright, that one's going in there. So what I would like to do is just spur this off. Build depots as we need them. Oh, it's backwards. And there we go. Buy trains, GC48W. And we need, not boxcars, stake cars. We'll put 2 on for now. This is a lengthy line, so we're going to clone it 6 times. And we need Riverside, Santa Clarita Steel. Let's just let things run, and That one still has construction materials on it. Let's throw this one over here as well. It's 42. Alright, next up is Santa Clarita Plastics, which we are going to need. Let's get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that and that. So this has no vehicles on it. We are going to want to we are going to want to buy it from here, and we are going to buy the GE C40, and we want, this is plastics, boxcars. Let's go 2 for now. We are going to clone it that many times. Santa Clarita Plastics. We have $202 million in the bank. We were making a bit of profit, although right now we are spending a fair chunk on new vehicles. So yeah. At this rate, we are going to be still making a profit. Our rail income was, nice, $713 million in 2055, $728 million in 2056, and we are running $511 million in running costs. So we made a $200 million freaking profit on our trains. How is that possible? We made a 7-to-5 profit ratio. Let's close that out. Yeah, we should be losing money on our trains. We can't possibly be gaining money. Trains are lost generators. Wow. Insane. So insane indeed. Okay, so Ventura Steel will of course take excess steel production that gets brought down here, load it onto here, and we want to take it over to here so that we can supply this machine factory with steel. So we are going to want to we're not going to want to have it the game running because reasons. Only if we are not actually needing to do anything at all because of the lag, which is real. It's very real. We are going to throw on 2 stake cars, and we are going to clone this, let's say 5 times, and this is going to be Ventura Steel. Take a look at Ventura Steel, 126 seconds. You know what? We might as well just, sell one off because we don't really need it. Cedar Rapids to Ventura, it's losing 2.2 million. Paterson to Downey, it's making 1.29 million. Riverside to Ontario, that is a TFM line. What was I planning to do with that? Let's close that out. It is a boxcar line because it's a TFM. And we got lots of logs here. Nice. So what I might do is, how are these running? 72. These are coming back to Ontario. Yep, we're going to replace these out, and we are going to add 3 more stake cars. We are going to replace them out, and I have to pay $24.6 million. Sure. Let's do it. Let's close that out. Close that out. Hopefully that sold vehicle does not cause any particular issues. Alright, we got rid of that, Actually, I needed that. Riverside to Ontario. Did I recently set this up? Or was this one of my... I just have too much coming in here. Yeah, about this. We want... Actually, no, this has been locked to certain platforms. Except that... That's Waco Cedar Rapids. So whatever this line here is... Or no. Whatever... that is the... I think it's the... Tampa... Phoenix Tampa Stone. Okay, so this is, I think, the through platform. Tampa Freight, we want to force it through that platform. Yep. And then, yeah, it'll go through that. Do I have a signal to just force it through? Should have one over here. Yep, we just want to force it in through that. And now we have that, and those go off to McKinney and Cedar Rapids. So yeah, they need those separate platforms. Although I'm almost tempted to... No, that's going to be a bit... Actually, no, I could... If I need another platform going in that way, or maybe going this way, then I can connect it up. Other than that, so that that's going into there. We are just going to build another depot. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to get rid of that. We are just going to build it over here. You can never have too many depots. By trains, we're going to want an EMD GE C40-8W, and we want a bunch of boxcars. For now, we're going to run 4 boxcars, but we are going to clone this 4 times and put it on the Riverside to Ontario line. So now if we take a look at the TFM, which is, let's just TFM Riverside to Ontario, 4-minute frequency. All right, about that. Waco to Cedar Rapids. Are you losing me money because you are, well, some of you are moving, so yeah, it's probably just a bit of congestion on the line. Let's let things tick. And we just want to let's see, going back there, TF, $82 million in the bank, back up to $92 million. The Glacier Express, that is a no-go. So that is the last rail line that I need to set up. And looks like this one has dropped off. We'll sell that one off. Alright, so we have one coming into Gilbert Steel. Let's see, Paterson Freight, Chulamus. Those are going into Paterson Freight. Columbus Freight is at the other end of the line. Gilbert Steel and Chula Vista Machines. The last thing I will probably do for this episode is sort this out. We have all the trains running that we want to be running. One thing I did do, I don't know if I showed this one, actually I probably did. running the stone down to here to be supplied on the Miramar stone line. We will also, with this line here, taking coal from over here by road, and then the coal and stone will come down to here. It'll get loaded onto the same train, and it'll stop here, pick up slag, stop here. So this will be supplied with even more. And then it'll run back empty, potentially, because there's nothing else that requires gondola. It'll run back empty to here and start the process all over again. So yeah, I'm trying to double up where possible. So yeah, that's a thing. I set that up off screen, although with that said, did I do any trucks? I did. Yes, we did. Alright, about that. I did remove the rail that was all over here. I'm starting to declutter things, and my plan was originally to do to 77 episodes, but what I might just do is do a finale episode, a number 78, or maybe a separate non-numbered episode where I basically do a ride along with the various vehicles across the map. So if you have any suggestions on where you might like to see a ride along, I will most likely be doing passenger lines for the most part, although there are going to be some scenic freight lines that I might also want to take advantage of for a ride-along episode. It will be a non-commentary episode just for those people who want to check out the map. I won't be doing it immediately after the series completes, but I will be doing it sometime in the future. I do want to go around the map with my planned routes and basically beautify the various routes so they look nice. That is what I have planned for the end of the series. So it won't come immediately once episode 77 rolls around, which is on this coming Sunday. But yeah, about that. I did want to do one final episode just to round things off, because then I wouldn't have to do anything specifically for episode 77. And since it was going to probably take me a long time to get things sorted out with a ride-along episode, I would not... Okay, this one is dropping off. That is some lag there. It wasn't the end of the month, but from time to time there is just some lag. The developers are looking at my save. We can close that, sell that one off. And although I let them know that I'll be wrapping up the series, so any optimizations they might be able to offer, the save might help with future optimization issues. So if it works out like that, that would be nice. And alright, we have some steel. You are waiting for a free path. You're on your way to Paterson Freight. You're sitting right there. You are sitting right there. You know what? We are just going to send you to depot. Don't care about that 20. You... I almost wish I could unload this over onto this train. Just merge the contents of the various trains. But once we get rid of this line, that will of course declutter. It'll remove one less train off the line. So that'll be something. Another thing I did, we might as well jump over to it, is rather than running a fuel train from here all the way up to here, what I've decided instead to do is we have a road station. We will be just trucking it up straight to there. A lot cheaper and a lot less congestion, especially on this section here, which I have restructured, and I've quad tracked this, and now we have our freight trains on this side, our M300s utilizing this. There is no longer some crossovers here, so our M300s will no longer be interfered with or interfere with any of the traffic. I also took this rail, brought it over here, and crossed it over, so it does not interfere with any of the other lines as well. There shall be no crossovers there. That's pretty much what I've been doing. Can't really do much about this just because of the close location where everything is in, although if I had the option to, I would raise this up, bridge this over, keep this on the ground, keep this on the ground, and keep these roads on the ground as well. So yeah, about that. And so let's jump over to this one. We are coming over into Paterson. We're up to $240 million. It is February 23rd. What did we make for income? So income, rail income was only 687, not that bad. There was a drop in road income as well. Income overall, $883 million. We had running costs of $657 million, which includes $545 million for rail. So we made about a profit of $140 million on the trains, which when you think about it, that's yeah, still a 6 or 7 to 5 ratio. My trains are by no means optimized and efficient. It just is what it is. This one's passing by the coal mine, and at this point what I might as well do, I'm not going to be doing anything else. I want to keep this relatively short, which turns out to be about 30 to 40 minutes. An average length episode seems to be about 50 minutes. So yeah, about that. Anyway, at this point in time, what I'm going to do is take a break here, and we will continue off with more Transport Fever Sandbox Edition in the next episode. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott Frisbee Gaming, and as always, have a good day.